Alright, so today I wanted to talk about beta blockers, specifically metoprolol and propranolol. These are two of the most important beta blockers we should know about. But there is also the rest of the first generation, the rest of the second generation, and carvedilol, which is a unique third generation that we'll talk about a little bit. But to remember, just to recount what beta blocker is, it lowers the activation of the beta receptors that can be used to increase blood pressure, and it inhibits how adrenaline affects the body so much to raise the heart rate and blood pressure. But these are different from ACE inhibitors because of how ACE inhibitors catch the enzyme of angiotensin to angiotensin 2. So that's more enzyme related. This is receptor related. Maybe another video I'll talk about how beta blockers and ACE inhibitors are different, but these are very common blood pressure medications. So metoprolol is non-selective, so it's more about the heart, right? And you notice how it has this chain. These are actually very similar. From here, there's a ring. This is a double ring. Propranolol has a diffuse bicyclic ring, so it's two benzene, and it's called naphthalene. And versus the metoprolol has a single benzene, and also has this group right here, which is important. This decides which receptors you can get to. So these two are both beta related, but this is more selective because this can cross the blood-brain barrier. So if you remember anything, think metoprolol as the heart and propranolol as the brain. They get into more of these each. So this is more of the heart, and this is more of the brain. Propranolol is more lipid-loving, so it can cross the blood-brain barrier, and this enters the central nervous system. So it can be used for anxiety, migraines, and I think epilepsy too, or tremors. Yeah, it's tremors. And I'm very scared of water, right? It's lipid-loving, but it can also mess with the lungs. So that's one cautionary tale about this one. Metoprolol has a methoxy group, so that's right here, methoxy. And at the end of the ring, you can donate electrons. That's why it is for beta 1. So the receptors of the heart and the brain are different. But first generation can actually go to both. But the propranolol is more selected to beta 2 over beta 1, but this is non-selective, or it's selective for the brain. Well, I just made it simplified, so heart, brain, but this actually is non-selective, so you can go to both. Or non-selective, can't go for the brain. This is more for the brain, because it can cross the blood-brain barrier. But there is the lungs, so it's not so cut and dry, but just different receptors found. And like I said, this is more, you should be careful if the condition is asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And this is first generation, so I think it was used for oncology study, but the blood pressure is what it really works on. This has a benefit working for migraines, so think of a headache, and but they all work for lowering blood pressure in general. So first generation, second generation. First generation can do beta 1 and beta 2. Propranolol goes for beta 1 because of this group. This goes more for beta 1, no, beta 2. And for mixed action, so this is all of what generation 1 looks like, and this is all what generation 2 looks like. You can see some of the differences, but what changes is right here, right? This group right here. This one doesn't look like that. In the third generation, it's mixed action. So a lot of these I didn't list them here. Some are based on nitric oxide, and carvedilol is not like that, but it has the alpha 1 blockade. So this is along with beta 1 or beta 2, and just for heart failure. So this is different in it reduces the mortality, so the amount of deaths in heart failure. So it's a bit more excessive, and it does look a lot different, right? So it's 1, 2, 3. So metoprolol, propranolol, and versus a 3-ring peas ring, right? But this is a 5-member ring right here with nitrogen. Is used for alpha 1 receptors also, so it blocks alpha 1 too. And this is no additional help because it's alpha 1 for smooth muscle, and no constrictions means no raise in blood pressure. So metoprolol, propranolol, and the carbodiolol. So general heart, general brain, and general heart failure. And maybe next time I'll go more in depth into all of these, but or talk about ACE inhibitors. But that's it for today. So thanks.